Hey guys, today I'll show you how to make a temporary welding tool, starting from a spoon. Sounds odd, right? But once you get the idea, it's easier than you think. Let's begin. The first step's pretty simple. Just mark 2 spots on the handle, exactly like I'm doing here. In a moment, we'll drill and cut right at those points. Now clamp the spoon firmly in the vise. Make sure it doesn't move when we start drilling. Looks like I drilled a little off-center. Luckily, it didn't slip past the edge. Part of it's because the surface is pretty slick. And partly, I just didn't plan it carefully enough. After brushing off the drilling dust, this time we'll cut along the mark line. Once the cutting is done, we'll file the cut surface to make it smooth and neat. Next, I'm going to punch a hole right in the center of the spoon surface. I just forgot to mention, this hole needs to be drilled, so it fits snugly around the motorcycle valve stem. This new drilled spot, we should lightly sand it to make it smooth. Once it's sanded, we'll fit the motorcycle valve stem into the hole we just drilled in the spoon. If you've seen previous welding videos with valve stems, this probably won't be too surprising. But if you're new here, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more creative builds like this. Here, I've got a PVC pipe and a piece of single core wire ready. First, we'll connect one end of the wire to the hole on the spoon's handle. Before dealing with the other end of the wire, we'll slip this heat shrink tube over the connection for insulation. As per the process, we'll first thread the wire through this tube, turning it into a handle. but that won't work because the wire would be too loose and the handle wouldn't be stable. So we'll wrap the spoon's handle with tissue paper to make it snug and then insert it into the tube. To make it more secure, we'll add a little glue to the tissue wrap. To make it more secure, we'll sprinkle a bit of baking soda onto the tissue wrap and then add some glue. The baking soda helps the glue set faster, improving adhesion and stability for the handle. All right, now we'll connect the other end of the wire to a crocodile clip. This allows us to safely and conveniently link our makeshift welding tool to the power source. In this step, I'm going to use the core of an old battery as the welding tip. First, we remove the battery casing, then carefully extract the core. This core will conduct electricity directly for the welding process. We'll use a cloth to wipe it down a bit, so the process stays clean and easy to handle. In the next step, after wiping it clean, we'll file down both ends of the core to remove sharp edges. This makes it easier to fit into the handle and more convenient for welding. So both ends are filed down. Now we'll insert the core into the valve stem. Of course, we can't do without this. I'm going to use specialized drill or grinder batteries to power our makeshift welding tool. These batteries provide a stable current. To make use of the battery, we'll need these two metal washers. Attach them to the negative and positive terminals. They act as an intermediary to securely connect the battery to the welding device. With this wire, we'll connect to the negative terminal. The other wire goes to the positive terminal. This ensures the current flows correctly, allowing the welding device to work efficiently and safely. It looks like the battery core is still a bit wet. When the terminals touch, the core might spark and some liquid may leak out. Don't worry, just wait for it to dry out, and it can be used as usual. Won't say much. We'll go ahead and test it with several examples, so you can get the most hands-on and engaging experience. So, we've successfully built a makeshift welding tool from simple materials. As you can see, this trick can be really handy, especially during camping or survival situations when professional equipment isn't available. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you found this tip useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss more creative videos. And if you have other ideas or experiences, share them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.